What's up, guys? Also, in case you're interested, we have some new product up in the big cartel shop celebrating the 100K. We've got these 3x5 flags. I made a handful of t-shirts and also a keychain. Click the link in the bio if you want to check them out. All right, guys, so here's picking up on part 2 of the Maxpeedingrods IDDS Coilovers. So I've now driven it a total of about 40 miles and looks like the ride height settled a little more. It's funny, I was adjusting this one the most and this one seems to be the highest, and all the other ones seemed a little higher, but they have all settled. And after this first time driving it and putting those miles on it, it rides surprisingly smooth for how low I am keeping it. The back, it looks like, so I was looking at all the wheels after I have it on the ground. This one is, see, there's a little bit of space between this upper line on the tire right here, and it's obviously catching, which is fine. It's rubbing that down. I think I'm gonna cut it out now and adjust the height. The rear driver, it's maybe like ½ inch above that line. Rear pass is below that line, and front pass is a little higher. You can see it's kind of rubbed some of this down, which is fine. I wanted to see what it did. I'd like to keep most of it in the rear just to protect it from like rocks and everything, but I think I'm gonna cut some of that out so it's not rubbing anymore at the top closer. I wanna make a little more adjustments. It looks like I need to bring this one up a little. I think if I bring this one up, it naturally is gonna drop that corner. So I'm gonna work on the rears, try to level those out a little and get it where it needs to be. But after those first 40-ish miles or so, I was very happy with how it feels. I'll get some footage of me cruising around in the car. It's really hard to replicate how it feels when you're sitting in there. I'll also try to get some rolling footage with a friend here in a few days, just so we can see how it looks while it's rolling, but it feels surprisingly great and I am digging it so far. The gauge is my least favorite thing. It is only 90 degrees, and that's like the hottest it's been lately. And that double-sided tape, maybe it's obviously on this piece, it has material. It doesn't stick. It was on and then I put it back on and it popped off and it fell off. So I just kind of been laying it in there. I do need to figure something out. I don't know if maybe that material would stick better on the plastic here, but I still want to get it in the pod itself eventually. But that is still my least favorite thing. I've been leaving it on sport mode so far. I haven't really put it on comfy just because I felt like it was kind of low and I didn't want it to be too soft, but I'm gonna get a lot of miles with the comfort setting and see how that does as well.
See on the
right, guys, one of the initial drives, I have it on standard. I'm not gonna lie, this thing actually feels pretty smooth. It rebounds well. It doesn't seem to float around in the rear. I'm digging it. Let's keep driving it, see what we can get from this. All right, guys, and some final thoughts and in conclusion. I've been driving the car for about 3 weeks, maybe like 2.5-ish. Anyway, I've put in about 300 miles on suspension and I really enjoy it. It feels great. Some of that driving footage we showed, you can kind of see how it's working, front wheels, rear wheels bouncing up and down. I think what they decided to do has worked out well. They have the linear spring in the front with the helper spring. A linear spring is a spring that maintains its constant stiffness at all times. It's generally what we use for the track. It doesn't change. Where in the rear, they decided to use a progressive spring, which will change under the load that's presented to it. So makes it usually something that's gonna be softer for street driving. I feel like with our cars, like, we lower them, it feels like the rear can be a little it seems to be bouncy sometimes. Maybe having that progressive spring back there is a much needed answer to help maintain the softer ride quality. Looks like maybe the spring rubbed on there a little bit. I can't feel it. I don't know if that was there before install. But these are doing great. I really enjoy how it feels, and I really like being able to set it up at the ride height I have it. That last clip, you had seen where it rubbed down the plastic. What I did, I went in there with the blade. I just kind of removed where it was rubbing and tried to just keep it as clean as possible. That way, when you're looking at it, you can't really tell here. And I kind of wanted to retain the plastic covers just to protect from like road debris, rocks. And these covers actually help with road noise also. They help reduce it slightly just from all the noise that can be inside the wheel well. No rubbing issues at all with these on, say, the wiring, or especially in the rear. You know how I had to, if you watch the first part of this video, how I had to flip them around because of the sway bar mounts. There's no issues at all. Everything is mounted up as needed. The gauge, like I said earlier, that is to be determined how we're going to figure out something with that. I think I need to send that in, see my EFB Motorsports to make that mount for me. But overall, I dig it. At the price point they're offering it, I mean, it seems super solid for something that you're going to use for like a daily driver or a cruiser. I definitely don't think it's like a track-oriented suspension. But for most of these Hondas that we work on and build, they generally need something that rides really well. So it's to be determined how long they last. The T7s that I had on here had lasted, I looked it up, and it was going on almost 3 years. I believe it was the end of 2023. I can't remember when I put them on, but they've been on the car for at least 2 years, and there was a point when I was driving it daily. So we'll see how long these last. I don't plan on changing anything soon. I'm not going to change the ride height. The only thing I want to work on next is finally getting my suspension finished off. Rear disc brakes, do all the bushings, and same with the front brakes. Hopefully you guys want to tune in for that. I'll have that, start working on that probably in the next month or two. I have all those suspension components up here already that we're going to get installed on there, but that's the next step in the evolution of this car. And I hope you guys enjoyed this footage with the Maxpeedingrods coils. I'm a fan so far. They are riding awesome, and we'll see how they feel over the course of getting a little older in age and how those springs feel. We'll also see what Maxpeedingrods decides to do in terms of how I talked about the helper spring being pretty compressed. I mean, right there, it's probably perfectly fine. It does still have some room, but it does seem a little tight. I don't know if they're gonna do anything in terms of the body length of the shock or whatnot, but we'll see in time how it works out. Another thing I am using, I almost forgot, I've been using their camber kit for the last 3 years also. Haven't had an issue with that, hasn't slipped, hasn't bent. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I just remembered I had it on the car. But thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll talk again soon, and we'll see what we can get to work on next. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care.